It is your young man, isn't it? I cut it out of the Gazette.
Or was he just a ship in the night?
It's early days yet, Mrs. Sharples.
Well, what I was wondering was, would you mind asking...
Oh, not to sign it. You've got his autograph.
Well, I don't care.
At your age.
A keen student of the game, aren't you, Mrs. Caldwell?
Student my foot. She wouldn't know a game of football from piggy and stick.
Would you, Mrs. Sharples?
Well, I think football's very good. It keeps the lads off the
You
streets.
can say that again.
How does he take to your mum and dad?
It's funny you should mention that. He's not yet had the pleasure of meeting him.
Oh, it's you. Well, where's your key?
In my handbag, I suppose.
But you couldn't be bothered looking for it, I know. Annie Rose, what are you doing back so early? Have you had the sack?
The sack? What are you talking about? Is Mrs. Walker in?
Oh, hey, don't go in there. There's a row brewing. You might take things off the boil.
Mrs. Ogden, I have just completed an extremely trying and delicate mission. I landed at Ringway direct from Spain not 2 hours ago. It's been a long journey.
Long? Huh. Wait till you've been to Australia and back, then you might have something to shout about.
Hey, where have you sprung from?
Sprung is hardly the word.
Oh, is Ernie still locked up then?
Well, I'm afraid so, but there is a little daylight. I spoke to the magistrate, who was very helpful and charming.
Did he flash your eyes at him?
Yeah, give him a bit of the old hoity-toity.
That wasn't necessary. Everybody agrees that the whole case is simply a silly mix-up.
Oh, so it's just a matter of formality before he's released then?
Unfortunately, the formalities over there seem to take a little time.
Oh, well, tell us over my boiled egg, eh?
Hey, that'll make 3 of you, because Mrs. Walker's been waiting in there since gone 9.
Morning.
Sit down.
Miss Nugent's back.
There I was, having been dragged to this discotheque, this Aquarius, or whatever you like to call it, leaving my professional colleagues, in no doubt whatever as to my opinion of the squalid enterprise they're promoting. When suddenly I realised that you are the centrepiece of the whole cheap so-called entertainment.
It's not as bad as all that.
Bad or not, it's a far cry from what you claim to be doing, isn't it? Night receptionist at the YWCA?
Yeah, well, life's full of little surprises.
Yes, and you make sure I don't go short of them.
Oh, so I told a few fibs.
A few fibs? You have systematically lied to me.
No need to go
you,
for
my
the
girl,
roots.
are rapidly getting a reputation
give
for
over.
slyness, for deceit.
Hey, I'm not having
for
that.
sheer deliberate underhandedness.
Can I come in and dust?
Do the upstairs.
I've done the upstairs.
Well, do it thoroughly then.
If I'm undrowned, it's because I'm forced to be.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Look, it's only because you won't let me live my own life.
Is this supposed to be evidence of your maturity? Look, give me one sign, just one sign, that you are capable of making a sensible decision regarding your own future.
My future? Your good name, more like.
Yes, my good name. And what's so awful about being concerned when you see something being dragged in the dust?
You were supposed to be concerned about me getting a job and all.
Is it selfish to want to preserve something that's taken 50-odd years to create?
You nagged and you nagged, but that's not important now, is it?
No. What is important is that you should get a suitable job.
Something proper, with prospects.
Oh, yes. Sneer if you like.
Maybe a pension after 40 years of routine.
But for once in your life, my girl, you are going to do as you
see
are
what
told.
I mean?
You are going to sit down and write a letter resigning from that place, the Aquarius, forthwith.
All right. Treat me like I'm 14. But remember, it's you what's putting me back on the dole.
Well, he'll have to take pot luck. It's very short notice.
Well, we don't want nothing special, ma'am. Just put a clean tablecloth on and remember the knife goes to the right of the fork and we want sauces with the cook.
Oh, you know, you are cheeky, are Irma. If we're not good enough for him...
Will you tell me Dad to change his socks? Otherwise, you might think you're burning something in the oven.
You just have to take us as he finds us.
Oh, can't you take a joke?
No, I'm not in the mood. I'm fed up skivvying for a few bob a week.
You will make an effort, though, won't you?
I've had enough of Annie Walker's flaming tantrums.
Well, it's all right. I'm not inviting her.
Giving me the rough edge just because she's had a dust-up with Lucille. Dust this and dust that.
Well, a fresh face is just what you need, so get your smile washed and ironed and I'll see you tonight, eh? With me fella.
Stay and have a cuppa.
No, I've got to get back to the shop. Yeah, ma'am, it must be the second post.
Try.
Ooh, it was the job of a lifetime, honest.
Are you jacking it in then?
It's not worth leaving home for, is it?
I wonder if I could work a swap.
What, and me stand here selling this lot with Newton and Ridley's rotten chemic? No, thanks.
Hey, you want to be careful. They're very straight-laced on Newton and Ridley's.
Not so straight lace when it suits them.
Did I say straight-laced? Wrong word. Sensitive's the word I'm looking for. All breweries are. Stems from the days, you know, when work was the curse of the drinking classes. No, I'm sorry, drink was the curse.
Hey, just a sec. You mean they don't like being criticised?
They're very thin-skinned. I mean, if they knew that they were harbouring a rebel who called their rotten chemic. Hey, I thought you were supposed to be helping me wipe these glasses.
Right, love, pints for the lads and large scotch for me.
Stanley, have you one of the GGs?
I struck oil as this lad, £8, and it was a flipping outsider.
Yeah, knocked him coat-legged.
I won't have it long, though. Ratey's been chasing it down.
Am I included in
Hi, have a room, Albert. What about you, Al?
Oh, well, tell them what.
Oh, look at him. Self-satisfaction oozing out of his ears.
He's been shouting the odds all the way from the bookies.
Don't overdo it.
Oh, he's going right road to strain a throat ligament, that one.
Put that back in the queue, love. Now, where was it when we come in?
You were dissecting the form of one Eddie Duncan for the benefit of the clientele at the Flying Horse.
To be more precise, putting the clog in.
Well, I reckon he was half speed on Saturday.
Well, I reckon you got a crack on the ankle.
A footballer's got to think quick.
Like you, yeah.
Look, what's happened to shin guards? That's what I want.
They went the same way as comms, Albert.
Duncan is rubbish.
Hey, one thing, mate. When did you last go to a match?
I read the reports, don't I? Put a pint up there, love, for when I come back.
He reads the reports. I'm willing to bet he's not seen Duncan kick a ball yet.
He only got one kick on Saturday.
And that were on his ankle.
He was diabolically, was.
Well, much as I ain't going in line with the big Oggie's comments, I must agree we're under thumb.
Oh, I didn't look at it.
Hey, are we supping or what?
Orange juice with ice. Hello there.
Hello.
Our game on Saturday, Eddie.
Bad team, the other one.
Aye, some of those offside decisions are a bit debatable.
Hey, mate, you know, if I were you, I'd wear some protection inside my stocking. You need the speed. Well, it'd prevent your shins being knocked. That's not my shins I'm worried about, is it?
Right, turn to analyse this Nancy boy, Eddie Duncan, eh? One, he's too slow. One, he's too old. And second, he's too selfish. He won't part, he won't flame in part.
What do you say to that, Eddie?
I'd say his mouth's bigger than Tynemouth.
Oh, you reckon this fella Duncan,
Hey,
do you?
Stanley, shut up and sup up, eh?
You reckon this fella Duncan, do you?
Oh, you great soft tapers, built up.
You reckon the guy who's going to get Stockport County relegated, eh?
Built up, Stanley.
Listen, next time you see him, ask him from me where he keeps his wooden leg,
Oh,
will you?
finish your ale.
Ah, he knows more about ale than football.
And ask him where he keeps his handbag, the one he hit the ref with when he got sent off.
Stan.
What?
This is Eddie Duncan.
Eddie Duncan, yeah.
Yeah.
You're kidding. She's not kidding.
Know your mates, don't you?
Now you've kept your rag, mate.
I was lucky he caught me in a good mood.
Nelly.
See ya.
Hey, how about that? Please look at the money. Hey, come on, get a shot of it.
Noisy in here, isn't it?
Yes, I wish I was capable of such total enthusiasm.
Well, it's better than sitting sulking over half a pint of flat bitter, isn't it?
Well, I suppose if life doesn't offer you a challenge, you have to make your own.
Well, it's a funny thing, you know. These challenges have a habit of happening. You ask Stanley Ogden.
Hey, there's a great tea party coming up at the Ogdens.
Oh. I hope you don't mind me borrowing your brains, like, I mean, with me being a bit short with you earlier on.
The tea's very welcome.
Only you know what it was like this morning in Rovers.
Fraught, to say the least.
Yeah. So when I seen you passing, I thought, now Miss Nugent's got a brain and she'll give me advice and I can trust her, I thought.
Thank you, Mrs. Ogden.
No, only when there's money at stake, it's best to get all the particulars correct.
However, it's all reasonably straightforward. I think I've covered everything.
Oh, fancying it only took you a minute.
You just signed there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'll do that at my leisure. Best handwriting, like.
Have you told Mr. Ogden?
No, I haven't yet. I'm sort of waiting for the right moment, you know.
Well, I'm not usually the sort to pour cold water, but I should be careful. The shock could well have an adverse effect.
Oh, yeah, my heart missed a beat when I got that letter this morning.
The Pools people have a special, what they term, preparation technique, I believe.
Oh, is that right?
They impart the news gradually in multiples of 5.
How do you mean?
Well, to begin by inquiring what you might buy if you're fortunate enough to win quite a small sum.
Oh, you mean like get him used to the idea of a new suit and then work up to a yacht?
Yes. Well, then, if the lucky recipient's still conscious, that is, they go on escalating the amounts. 10,000, 20,000...
Hey, that letter you wanted me to write.
Your resignation from the Aquarius?
Yes, well, it's written. Do you want to hear it? To Newton and Ridley, one letter. Dear sirs, I am at present employed at your disco pub, the Aquarius, as a go-go dancer. However, Mrs. Anne Walker, licensee of your public house, the Rover's Return, with whom I reside, has publicly expressed her hostility to the whole idea of disco pubs and has demanded that I leave my employment with you immediately. I therefore tender my resignation with the hope that your knowledge of Mrs. Walker's views will in no way prejudice her future standing as a loyal and devoted tenant. Yours, etc., etc.
What's to do, Chuck? You feeling poorly?
Oh, I feel a bit off.
Oh, well, you picked a fine time. Hey, it's not ale, is it?
No, it's me nerves. I'm a bit shaky.
Why, what with?
Well, I'm winning that £8, you know.
8 what?
On the horses.
Are you telling me 8 quid's got you in this state? Well, by the heck.
And a bit of bother at the Rovers, too, you know.
Oh, so you did call in then?
Oh, stop nagging, will you? Get something for my stomach.
I've got out in. Oh, now come on, Stan, get up. Shape yourself.
Ma'am, I fetched him.
Oh, how nice. Do come in, won't you?
This is Eddie.
Who?
Eddie.
Excuse me.
Why didn't you flipping warn me?
Well, I didn't know who he was neither, did I, you great daft nut?
Fairclough egging me on, you know. Any of those kippers left, you
Well,
think?
there won't be if you don't get to that table sharpish. Going to wash your hands.
Bring us one in here, eh?
Listen, you go and show your face.
Mummy, has Peter completed his toilet as yet?
Well, if I get any more reports of Mr. Ogden creating sordid scenes of this kind, I shall just have to bar him.
Mr. Ogden does seem to have the knack of surviving such unfortunate episodes. More sensitive souls get scarred for life. You mean Ernie? Held behind bars in a strange land through no fault of his own.
He'll soon be back.
I felt so positive flying out there, but since arriving this morning, as the days gone on, fresh doubts begun to creep in and new problems crop up. His studio, for instance.
Was that the telephone?
I mean, Ernest Standing can only hold the fort till the end of the week. I shall have to try and find a trustworthy replacement.
The student, the phone you wanted.
Oh, dear.
Ah, well, Auntie Annie, last night had been degraded, eh?
Just a moment, Lucille.
Yes?
I have had second thoughts. If you are absolutely set on these antics, and as long as you continue using a nom de plume...
Little Laverne, sexy, isn't it?
I'm prepared to meet you halfway, but I should like to say that my reason in the first place was the risk to the Rover's Return, and that is why I took the strong line that I did.
You mean I can tear this up, then?
If you're determined to go your own way, then so be it.
I used to think I got a nerve, but that Lucille, she's lengths ahead.
I've heard a whisper she's going in some flashy boozer.
Aye, they're on the in scene, while life passes me by.
It's a pity we can't persuade Mrs. Walker to jazz the place up a bit.
Make it more of a setting for my talents, like.
I get Lucille around here twirling her tassels.
Hey, I twirl a fair tassel myself. Good news! I've just taken a cablegram down. Ernest's been released. He's on his way. He's gone to Malta.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I am pleased for you, love.
Excuse me, did you say Malta?
It's on the route.
One of our dominions.
Ooh, dicey place. It's dungeons with ball and chains if them models start misbehaving in Malta.
Yes, she's a right terror, dad, won't he, ma'am? Gets us in all sorts of bother when he's had beer.
So it seems.
It's what you might call a social embarrassment.
Embarrassment? More like a social disaster.
Hey, steady on.
No, Dad, no sticking up for yourself.
I just don't think,
No, you want a backhander for calling Eddie like that. You should have emptied his pot over his big fat head.
Well, it's my sense of humour. People take things the wrong way around,
And of course, as you can see, he's so different at home.
Oh, I can see that all right.
Oh, and it should have a bit of sympathy. Working fellas get frustrated,
Yes, now and again his noble nature cracks under the strain.
I don't open my big mouth usually.
No, his mates egg him on.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did have a bad game.
He didn't get the passes. I could see that.
See what? You spent all Saturday afternoon kipping on that sofa.
No, you're absolutely right, Matt. I mean, Stan. If they can't lay it on, what's the use?
Oh, no use at all, no.
There you are.
I wish some of the lads in the Rovers could see you now sitting here in my house discussing tactics.
Why don't we call in?
No, he's had enough Rovers for one day.
Well, maybe...
Besides, we might be going up in the world, and I don't want him spoiling things, throwing us good money down the drain.
What money's this, ma'am?
Oh, it's just a feeling I have. Someone to seen in the tea leaves.
Oh, on that note...
Oh, and are you sure you won't stay?
I'd love to, Mrs. Ogden. Smashing tea that was, but you know how it is, training, etc. I'll see you, Stan. Yeah. Thanks for the tactical talk.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's that left peg of yours, I've been shouting for you on Saturday. Hey, he's just an ordinary fella, isn't he? Like me.
As you can see, it's a fair test of the stomach.
I can see that all right.
Mind you, I'm not expert.
Oh, you're very good, Jerry.
It's the hips take most of the strain, like.
But there's a better use scrubbing a step.
Oh, you're what's called work mad, you are, Ena.
But you don't mean to tell me that folk pay money just to go up at Lucille? Well, she's not at skin and bone, that lassie.
No, it goes with the price of your pint. As you can see, once you get into it, it's like repetitive movement.
Hey, Jerry, I'm seeing a new side. You mind if I join you? This lad's got rhythm.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
It's great exercise, though, isn't it? Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
May I remind you that this is not the Aquarius?
I was demonstrating the go-go. Mrs. Caldwell was most curious.
We just wanted to see what you were letting Lucille Hewitt get up to. Her father was very strict.
Lucille is not a child, Mrs. Sharples. I am no more responsible for her behaviour than I am for Miss Nugent's.
Which is impeccable, so there.
I don't know. I think Mrs. Sharples is right. What that girl needs is a firm hand. She
Well,
always
then
has to...
you try to apply it, Mrs. Hard. At her age, any girl is entitled to demand her own freedom.
Freedom is one thing, loose living is another.
Well, here's to loose living then. May it continue to spread.
Oh, next thing we know, I suppose this place will be full of flashing lights and flash alleys.
I can assure you, Mrs. Sharples, that as long as I am licensee of the Rover's Return, the proprieties will be enforced within these 4 walls.
Old sourpuss, she gives me the bends. Bang all the strobes and the tassels.
What do you mean, bang?
Well, you heard.
We lay it on when she's out.
Hello, Smiler. You know something? I'd rather kiss you than our centre forward.
Training, he says.
Listen, you weren't exactly dressed up for a run around the park.
And what about you?
Me?
Yeah, Mr. Close Conscious himself.
Well, 75 quid for the suit.
Nice bit of material there.
Feel the shirt. Real silk, that is.
I know, that's the one I bought you.
What do you think of the tie?
Nice, I bought you that, I know.
You've got good taste, Smiler.
Yep, chose the fella wearing them too.
Proves you've got good taste.
Any other attractions?
Gold links, handmade shoes, diamond-studded jock. Say no more.
And where did you get your little hairdo?
Same place as I got me little pearl handbag.
Aye, there's nothing off the peg hand-me-down about you, is there?
I don't like being shabby, Smiler. You never see me in a charcoal grey suit and a shiny backside.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello.
Done a piece about you for tomorrow.
On what lines?
Oh, wondering where the goals are going to come Saturday. You being out with a leg. See you, mate.
Is that a friend of yours?
Peter Monroe, he covers county for the local paper.
You know he wasn't playing on Saturday. Is your leg bad?
My leg's as sound as a bell.
Excuse me, just a minute. Thank you, Sam. Hey, have you got one of them little bottles of brandy to take out?
Where's that handsome husband of yours tonight, then, Hilda?
Oh, bad case of nerves. Can you change that?
Either. This time of the week.
Yeah, well, I was keeping it by, but that'll just be small change in a bit. You wait and see.
Hello, going to a miniature bottle party, are you?
You know, you weren't shooting egg in my stand on the way you did. Ta. Any road, I'll tell you something. This time next week, you'll be able to buy your flaming yard. Excuse me.
We've only just heard about it ourselves. I came straight out of the committee meeting. I thought of you right away.
Deputy head of Bessie Street School.
Ah, well, it's a leg up from when you were last there. Something funny.
It's exactly 10 years ago that I started teaching there, and a lot of water.
Ah, well, that's how things are. Incumbents passed on, vacancy exists. I think you ought to apply.
Oh, what makes you think that?
Well, you said it yourself in here the other night. No challenge, you said, no purpose in life. Well, here's your challenge, out of the blue on your own doorstep.
Bessie Street, it's way back.
Well, it's only a cock stride. You're just what they need.
Bessie Street. No, I don't know, Alf. I just don't see myself.
Well, anyway, think about it, Ken. I mean, there's plenty of time.
Stan, wake up, Chuck.
You're off.
Oh, wake up, Stan.
Don't give over. It's not time for work yet, is it?
No, I want to have a serious talk.
Oh, not now, love.
Stan,
Oh.
wouldn't it be nice if we could win a lot of money and get away from this common lot round here?
Look, love, I need me sleep. Leave me alone, will you?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I spoiled it for you, waking you up like that, but you know what's been on my mind ever since dinner?
All right, I made a mistake. I admit it, right?
That premium bond what David Barlow bought me for my birthday 7 years ago.
What's I not doing, eh?
Say we was to win £5 with it, what would you do?
Have a skinful, but not at the Rovers.
Say it were 10.
Both have a skinful.
Say it were 15.
It were 15. Now, sure.
Say it were 20.
Look, 20, 30, it goes nowhere.
Well, it's not 20,